Service has you covered. Just call our toll-free line, 800-728-2267. That's 800-728-CAMP. Or go to our website at pawpawsniceprice.com. We're not that far from where you are. Come and see us today.
That's a good RV, Pawpaw.
Well, good evening, folks. Tommy Upton here at the Kirk on a beautiful Thursday evening during the middle of Holy Week and Spring Break Week. We are thankful for the weather and thankful that you're tuned in and listening or watching our stream tonight. You can catch us on the radio, WRJW. AM 1320 or 106.9 FM, or you can tune in on the portal, or you can catch us on our YouTube channel at PMHS Sports. We're here tonight in the second game of the series as Picayune takes on West Harrison, coming off of a thrilling 7-3 defeat over West Harrison on Monday night during some almost hurricane-like conditions with a wind. And it was a pretty boring game for the first couple of innings, quite honestly. We ended up tying it, or West Harrison tied it up, forced some extra innings, and I'll give you a full recap here in a sec. Picayune pulls out the win in 9, 7-3. Tonight, we'll look for another good matchup. These teams have played each other very tightly over the last 3 years in district play. Had some good contests, and I don't expect anything different tonight. Picayune is taking their infield right now. They're about three-quarters of the way through. West Harrison will be next. They'll take their infield, and then we'll have the announcement of the players and then the national anthem, and we'll be ready to play baseball. It's a beautiful night at the Kirk. Beautiful night for baseball. Thanks again for tuning in to us. Let's step away from the word from PRCC. We'll be right back. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Welcome to the River, where education meets excellence. Join the Wildcat family and dive into our lively campus. Make friends, join clubs, get involved, and create memories. Experience academic excellence with our dedicated faculty. Explore cutting-edge facilities designed for your success. Choose PRCC for an education that shapes your future. Pearl River, where you can roar with champions.
Tommy Upton back here with you at the Kirk Picayune High School baseball facility, along with the softball facility right next door. The girls are currently getting ready to get kicked off over there, too. JV just got through. I'll try to get you a score from over there for the JV, and I'll also try to peek out the window as much as I can. Gets a little bit easier as it gets darker. I can peek over there and see what the score is, as the Maroon Tide lady softball team will also be playing tonight. I told you that this is the second game of the series, and it is Picayune played at West Harrison Monday night. The game got rescheduled because I thought the weather was going to be Tuesday. Ended up kind of rescheduling the game right in the middle of the weather. It was about 30 to 35 mile-an-hour gusts and about 15 to 20 sustained Monday night, and so it was an eventful game for the first 4 or 5 innings. Not much happened, quite honestly. Picayune scored 1 in the first and 2 in the fifth. Then West Harrison scored 1 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the sixth to tie it up. So we went to the into extra innings at a 3-3 tie, and Picayune comes roaring back in the top of the night. They score 4 runs. They do so on a bases clearing triple by Landon Watts, who had then come in to pitch. He came in to relieve the starter, who was Cooper Moreau. Cooper went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. Both of those were earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. Landon comes in and pitches 5 innings and gets the win. He gives up 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He had 3 walks, gave up 3 walks, and struck out 6. Landon also went 3 for 4 at the plate, driving in 4 runs, and had a walk to his credit. So a big night for Landon as he comes in relief and gets the win, and then drives in 4 runs, 3 of those with 1 swing of the bat in the top of the night, as Picayune beats West Harrison in the first game of the season, first game of the series, I should say. They'll play the second game tonight, and they'll play game 3 back at West Harrison Saturday afternoon. Let's step away just for 1 more minute. You're listening to the Paw Paws Campers and Cars pregame show on WRJW.
Hey, friends. friends, camping's a spring thing, and spring is here. Check out this new 2024 Wildwood FSX 174BH. This travel trailer has a front queen bed, rear bunks, and only weighs 2,899 pounds. MSRP is $24,398, reduced to only $13,988. A brand new 2024 bunkhouse trailer for only $13,988. Pawpaw's Campers is not that far from where you are. Come and see us.
That's a good RV, Pawpaw.
Tommy Upton with you here tonight. Appreciate you listening in, whether you're listening, watching the stream, or listening to us on the radio airwaves. We appreciate you spending a little bit of your Thursday evening with us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get the starting lineups for you here for the Picayune Maroon Tide, homestanding Picayune Tide. Parker Helton will be leading off and playing center field. Parker is hitting .348 for the season. He has moved up into the leadoff spot from his familiar number 9 hole, and just done an outstanding job. Had 7 hits last week, had a hit the other night, so really done a good job up at the top of the lineup. Kyler King will bat seconds. He's hitting at a .388 clip on the year. Jamie Lumpkin will move to the 3rd spot tonight. He hitting cleanup for a couple of games, and now he's moved to the 3rd spot. Jamie is hitting .306 on the year. Morgan Kraft will hit in the 4th spot. Morgan is hitting .327 on the year. Landon Watts moves up to the 5th spot. Watts is now leading the team after that 4-hit performance the other night, and he's hitting at a .439 average. Cooper Moreau will hit 6th and play 3rd base. He's hitting .340 on the year. Landon Franklin's the designated hitter. Landon is hitting .206 on the year. He'll be hitting for Tanner Busby, who will be starting pitcher tonight for the Maroon Tide. Brunson Stockstill will be in right field. Brunson does not have an average yet, so he's still looking for his first hit. Has one plate appearance. No, I'm sorry. No, he is still looking for his first hit. I'm reading some lines together. There's what happens when you get old. Some of these lines, they all run together. Justin Stockstill will be number 9, hitting in the number 9 spot. Be playing left field, and he's hitting .182 for the year. Let me give you some stats on Busby as he will be pitching tonight. He's pitched 30 innings so far, pitched in 7 games. He is sporting a 4-1 record. He has an ERA of 1.38. He struck out 50 and walked 12. So pretty good year so far by the big right-hander. He has been the starter for 4 years for Picayune, along with Brady Robinson, who is progressing well and looking to get him back probably in a couple of weeks. So he's looking really, really good. I think all the coaches and docs are excited to see how he is progressing along with his brother Colt. So expect to have both of them in the lineup soon. So that's the lineup for the Tide tonight. For West Harrison, they filled out their card this way. Number 15, Reese Parker will be playing left field. Number 6, Desi Curley will be at 3rd base. Number 18, Landon Wallace will be catching. He was a starting pitcher the other night. He was relieved by Curley. They went the remainder of the game and took the loss. 24, Hunter Ross will be pitching tonight. Number 2, Maddox Jackson will be playing second base. Number 4, Tyler Gazier will be in right field. Number 26, Jack Mann will be at 3rd base. Kenny Linnell will be the designated hitter, hitting for Carlos Pena, who will be the shortstop tonight. And number 1, Jordan Stapleton will be in center field. So that's the starting lineups. We're getting close to getting ready to play baseball here, as the umpires and coaches and administrators have met at home plate. They'll be going through their pregame meeting. Once they get done with that, Mr. Jerry Grubbs will be announcing the players, and we'll get going with baseball here. We'll step away. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Hey friends, camping is a spring thing, and Pawpaw's Campers in Picayune is here to get you started this spring. Whether it's RV accessories, parts, RV service, or RV sales, Pawpaw's Campers has you covered. Just call our toll-free line, 800-728-2267. That's 800-728-CAMP, or go to our website at pawpawsniceprice.com. We're not that far from where you are. Come and see us today.
That's a good RV, Pawpaw.
Welcome to the River, where education meets excellence. Join the Wildcat family and dive into our lively campus. Make friends, join clubs, get involved, and create memories. Experience academic excellence with our dedicated faculty. Explore cutting-edge facilities designed for your success. Choose PRCC for an education that shapes your future. Pearl River, where you can roar with champions.
Tommy Upton back here at the Kirk as we're getting ready for player announcements and the playing of the national anthem. Both teams have taken their infield. Coaches are having their meeting now. So we're getting ready for the second game of the series where Picayune took a 7-3 win on Monday night. They'll play the second game tonight and then back at West Harrison for the third game of the series on Saturday afternoon. So far, the Tide has been undefeated in district play. They took 3 games from Pascagoula last week, 11-1, 3-0, and then a 10-2 game on Saturday. And as I said, a 7-3 victory on Monday night over these Hurricanes. And they'll finish out the series this Saturday. Next week, we'll look ahead, be playing George County Tuesday at home at George County on Friday, and then back here on Saturday. Let me double check that because that's backwards from what we have been normally doing. We've normally been 2 away. Let me double check. But no, that's right. So we will be home Tuesday, away at Friday, and back at home here next Saturday at the Kirk. So we have been traveling 2 games during the season, during the series, but for the George County series, we'll get to have 2 of those here at home. So that'll be a nice treat. Hope everybody can come out, support the Maroon Tide here at the Kirk as they are vying for a district championship and possibly much more. They have, as I said, been undefeated so far in district play. So the meeting on the mound is still going on. As soon as they get done with that, Mr. Jerry Grubbs has the mic ready, and he's ready to get the announcements underway. So we'll step away here just for 1 minute. We'll be ready for baseball here in about 2 to 3 minutes. Listen to WRJW, Picayune Maroon Tide baseball.
Hey friends, camping's a spring thing, and spring is here. Check out this new 2024 Wildwood FSX 174BH. This travel trailer has a front queen bed, rear bunks, and only weighs 2,899 pounds. MSRP is $24,398, reduced to only $13,988. A brand new 2024 bunkhouse trailer for only $13,988. Pawpaw's Campers is not that far from where you are. Come and see us.
That's a good RV, Pawpaw.
Physical therapy has evolved into specialized care for patients suffering from Parkinson's disease. Dr. Jameson Dodd with Dodd Therapy Center in Picayune is LSVT Big certified for treatment of Parkinson's disease. LSVT Big trains people with Parkinson's to use their body more normally and improves movements for any activity, whether small motor tasks like buttoning a shirt or large motor tasks like getting up from a sofa or chair or maintaining balance while walking. Give Dodd Therapy Center a call today at 769-242-2636 or stop by at 405 Memorial Boulevard in Picayune.
Hey friends, camping is a spring thing, and Pawpaw's Campers in Picayune is here to get you started this spring. Whether it's RV accessories, parts, RV service, or RV sales, Pawpaw's Campers has you covered. Just call our toll-free line, 800-728-2267. That's 800-728-CAMP, or go to our website at pawpawsniceprice.com. We're not that far from where you are. Come and see us today.
That's a good RV, Pawpaw.
We're back here at the Kirk on a beautiful Thursday evening. The weather has been absolutely gorgeous today. No wind to speak of. The flagpole is completely limp out in center field. And just a beautiful, crystal clear evening. You can't ask for much better than this. Maroon Tide is taking the field right now. Mr. Jerry Grubbs, the public address announcer, is about 3/4 of the way through. For announcing for the Tide, West Harrison is taking their position along the first base line, and we're going to get ready next for the playing of the national anthem. And after that, we'll be ready for baseball. So a beautiful night for baseball. If you're listening, hey, let us know. We always love to hear from you. 601-590-5950. 601-590-5950. Let us know that you're listening. I always love to hear from you. Appreciate you spending a few minutes of your Thursday evening with us. Here's the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and move your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back to Maroon Tide Baseball here as we've just got through the national anthem. Players have been announced and the meeting has been had, and now the national anthem has been completed, so we'll start our warm-up tosses here, and we're going to getting ready to play some baseball. Several folks text in here during the national anthem. Mr. Bobby Franklin is listening from Detroit, Michigan. Man, you've been getting around this week, Mr. Bobby. Hope everything's good. Good to hear from you. And Tracy and Mike Nicholson are listening in. They say Roll Tide. We agree with that. Roll Tide. So Picayune getting ready to take on, let me get the feed here on the first pitch. Picayune is getting ready to take on West Harrison in the second game of the series. As I said earlier, they took the first game 7-3. First three tonight for West Harrison is going to be Reese Parker, who plays left field. Desi Curley will be playing third base. He'll bat second. And Landon Wallace, the catcher, will bat second. Tanner Busby is going to be on the mound for Picayune tonight. And we do have the feed going on the YouTube channel at PMHS Sports, and it's also on my personal Facebook page if you want to catch the feed there where this audio is being streamed over it. Also want to remind you that the first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FMB Picayune, hometown community spirit, hometown community pride. So the idea for Picayune has been pretty simple when Tanner is on the mound, and that is a lot of power and a really good breaking pitch. He throws a fastball in mid to upper 80s. He's going to be in between 86 and 89 on a good night. He's got good arm side movement. So for him, that means that ball's going to run from right to left. And then he also has a really, really good breaking pitch that he will throw. But he honestly hasn't had to throw it a great deal this year. He's been able to keep people off balance with just his breaking pitch. So that's going to be the key for tonight is, can Tanner get ahead of people? Can he throw that big fastball for a strike? It's got a lot of natural movement on it. And if so, can he keep players off balance? A couple other folks are texting in. Hey, Tyler and Paul, they're listening from right around the corner here in Hoopo. Glad to hear from you guys. Glad to hear everything's good. So here we go. Reese Parker's going to step in here and lead this thing off as we're underway here at the Kirk on a beautiful Thursday evening. First pitch from Busby's going to be inside for a ball one. Busby's going to come set for the 1-0, and that one's going to be swung on and hit to first. Jamie's going to pick it up. Sorry, it's going to be hit to second. Jamie's going to pick it up, toss it over to first, and record the first out of the inning. So we have a 4-3 from Jamie to Morgan for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Desi Curley for West Harrison, third baseman. He's going to square and bunt and foul that one off, so it'll be 0-1 to Curley. Just underway here at the Kirk. One batter, one ground out to second. Here's the second batter. That was going to be up high for a ball, 1-1. Beautiful night here. Nice crowd. That one's going to be swung. He did go. He tried to check his swing, but he could not. So 1-2 to Curley. That one's going to be chopped foul. It will remain foul down the third base line. So it'll remain 1-2 to the third baseman, Curley. Curley was the losing pitcher on Monday night as he came in from his catching position. He's going to hit that one to shortstop. That's going to one hop over there at short. Moreau's going to try to pick it up, throw across the diamond, but no chance to get the speedy Curley as that ball kind of ate Kyler up at shortstop. Kyler tried to short hop it, could not get underneath the ball and kicks it over to third. Moreau tries to help out, but no chance to do. So we're going to score that one an error on Kyler. So it'll be an E6. That'll bring up Landon Wallace now, who will be catching tonight for West Harrison. That one's going to be fouled off of his foot, so it'll be 0-1 to Wallace. So 0-1 to Wallace. We have Curley down at second after he reached on an E6. One out here in the top of the first. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Busby. That one's going to be hit to Kyler. Kyler's going to flip it to second, throw it over to first, and they're going to score it. So there's the 6-4-3 double play that the Tide needed to get out of the inning. So after an E6, Kyler turns right around and starts the double play. 6-4-3. We head to the bottom of the first. We still have no score.
Dr. Hermaine Alante, Chair of Surgery and Trauma Medical Director, Highland Community Hospital.
Over the last 10 years, the Highland Surgery Department have grown exponentially. We have been able to add multiple services to our surgery department, which includes urology, general surgery, advanced laparoscopic surgery, ENT, as well as ophthalmology.
Highland Community Hospital, here when you need us most. For more information, go to highlandch.com.
Dr. Lori Blackmer and Dr. Mark Hutto at Picayune Eye Clinic are experienced optometrists who are passionate about your vision care. Picayune Eye Clinic will cater to all of your vision needs, answer any eye care questions you may have, and supply you with the most up-to-date optometric information and fashion eyewear and frames in order to keep your eyes clear and healthy. They've been providing complete eye care for over 30 years. The clinic is at 908 6th Avenue in Picayune. Give Picayune Eye Clinic a call today at 601-798-4182 and begin to see things more clearly.
Welcome back here to the Kirk. We head to the bottom of the first. No score so far. West Harrison got a little bit of traffic in the first as they were able to reach their second batter with an E6, but Kyler turns right around and kicks off a 6-4-3 double play for the next two outs. And the Tide get out of that little bit of a, I won't call it a jam, but a little bit of traffic. So pitching tonight is going to be Hunter Ross for West Harrison. Been watching him on the gun, and he's running around 80, 82 on the radar. Most of the West Harrison pitchers, we talked about this the other night, they very much come from the same mold. They're not going to be really overpowering. Most of them are low to mid 80s. Good athletes, but they got really, really good cutters, or they call them different things, but it's really not really a slider. It would be more of a cutter. So it's a fastball that runs at the very end, not the curveball. I was talking to my dad the other day, something that we used to throw a lot back when I pitched. It's just not – it's a different age of pitching. They don't really throw that big sweeping curveball as much as they used to. Now it's really more try to throw it hard and get a little bit of late movement, and that's something that West Harrison does. All their pitchers, we watched them for the last 3 years, and that's what they do. They're all very, very similar. So for a big imprint on the pitching coach from West Harrison. So look for that tonight. Picayune, if they try to pull that ball, they'll hit a lot of big choppers. They will have a lot of ground outs, and they'll swing and miss a lot. So if they're on point, they'll take that pitch the other way. And that's what it's going to take tonight is to be patient, hit fastballs when you see them, and when you see that cutter, try to stay on it and take it the other way. Parker Helton's going to lead off for the Tide, where the first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, F&B Picayune, where they make Picayune Maroon Tide proud. Stop by the main branch at 121 East Canal Street for all your banking needs. Here's the first pitch to Helton's going to be down low for a ball. So 1-0 to Helton. Hey, if you're listening in, let us know. 601-590-5950. Helton's going to lift that one back and out of play. So it'll be 1-1 now to Parker, the junior center fielder for the Tide. That one's going to be hit down the left field line. It may stay in play. It does, and the third baseman's going to pull it in. So good job by the third baseman as he has a long run all the way next to the fence out by Kurt's corner. But he will pull down the foul ball, and that'll retire Helton. So with one out, that'll bring up Kyler King now for the Tide. Here's the first pitch to King. That's going to be up high for a ball. 1-0. That one's going to be hit hard. Kyler King got all over that ball, hit it by the third baseman on a line. That's one of those about 5 foot tall line drive missiles out into left field. That's what you do with a fastball right there. We talked about hunting those fastballs, and when you get one, you got to hit it hard. Kyler is paying attention because that's exactly what he did. So with one on and one out, Jamie Lumpkin will step in here now, senior second baseman for the Tide. Hunter Ross is going to take a look over at King. He's going to deliver the pitch. That one's going to be fouled off for a strike. 0-1 to Jamie. King is a threat to run. The Tide loves to do a lot of hit and run in this position. So if they catch West Harrison getting a little bit predictable, which they did the other night, Tide stole a lot of bases because they got very predictable in their windup. That one's going to be lifted out into right field. The right fielder's going to go over, and that's not going to be deep enough to get King over, so that'll be a fly out to right field. F9 if you're scoring it. And so with 2 outs now, first baseman Morgan Kraft will step in. Ball just kind of lifted out into right. I thought maybe it would get down, but just stayed in the air long enough. The right fielder was able to move to his right, slide over a few steps, and make the routine play. So King still stands down at first. 2 outs for the Tide. Morgan Kraft stands in here. See if King is going to be going. He is not. Kraft's going to get a breaking pitch that he fouls off on the right side. 0-1 to Kraft. Just underway if you're just joining us. No score so far. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. 1 on. Throw over to first. King is back easily. Kraft takes a look down at the skipper, Evan Nicholson, in the third base box, gets his sign, and he steps back in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. King goes. They step off. They're going to throw down to second, and King is going to get there. He just outright stole it. That was just a straight steal. The pitcher stepped off, spun, tried to throw it out, but could not spin around and throw King off. So it was not even a pitch. King just caught him looking too long, he being Hunter Ross, and he stole second. So that's what King can do. Speed can really, really drive you crazy. He now stands at second. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Kraft. That one's going to stay up high for a ball, 1-1. So Hunter Ross came set, delayed, and King took off. Infielders did the right thing. They yelled, step off. Hunter Ross spun, but just couldn't get it there fast enough. The King got a great jump. Here's a 1-1. It's going to stay up high. Nope, going to be called for a strike, 1-2. Thought it was up high, but the umpire said it was in there. My Picayune Eye Clinic glasses said it may have been a bit high. Here's the 1-2 pitch now. 2 outs. King at second base. That one's going to be down low for a ball, 2-2. So this is a spot where you like to have Kraft up. 3-2. Didn't get a lot of pitches to hit the other night. I think he had 3 walks in his 5 plate appearances. Definitely pitching around him. He'll go down. We'll leave 1 at second. We're headed to the top of the second. Still no score.
Looking for a gym to help you become a healthier you? The gym at Picayune is the place to be with its large open facility, modern equipment, and knowledgeable staff led by owner and operator Edgar Woods. The gym at Picayune offers a variety of workouts and classes to meet your specific needs with 24/7 access. The gym accepts silver sneakers, which is available at no cost for adults 65 plus through select Medicare plans. More space, more equipment, more growth. The gym at Picayune.
Locally owned and operated, First Place Express Car Wash in Picayune would like to say a huge thank you to their loyal customers. Both locations, Highway 11 North just past Coast Electric and on Highway 43 South just a quarter mile east of I-59 at Exit 4, now have new hours. 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sundays at the Highway 43 location. Get the early bird special Monday through Thursday. Remember, when it comes to your vehicle's shine, First Place Express Car Wash in Picayune will have you saying, if it doesn't shine, it ain't mine.
We're back here at the Kirk. Tommy Upton bringing the business to you tonight as Picayune is taking on the West Harrison Hurricanes in the second game of a 3-game series. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, F&B Picayune, the place for all your banking needs. Ms. Susan Wilson and her staff are ready to service you at the North Picayune branch on Cooper Road. Just off of exit 6, go by and see Ms. Susan for a loan. Hunter Ross, the pitcher, is going to lead off here for West Harrison against Tanner Busby in the top of the second. Picayune has 1 hit and 1 error. West Harrison has nothing so far. That's a swing and a miss by Ross. So he'll start 0-1 here, his at bat. Growing crowd here at the Kirk. That one's going to be in there for a strike 0-2. That's a good fastball by Busby on the outside part of the plate. He's right where I'd expect him to be, 85 to 87 so far on the gun. The cutter's going to stay up high for a ball, 1-2. He seems to be locked in there. When he's on, he gets a lot of strikeouts and a lot of ground balls. That seems to be his MO. That's a good breaking pitch, but Hunter Ross gets a piece of it, fouls it off into the first base dugout. So the count will remain 1-2. Here's the pitch for Busby. That's going to be fouled off again. So we'll do it again at 1-2. Got some folks texting in that they're listening. Appreciate that. I'll get you on here in just a second. If you're listening, let us know. 601-590-5950. I always love to hear from you. That one's going to be outside for a ball, 2-2. Second game of the series tonight. Third game will be back at West Harrison Saturday afternoon. That one's going to be up high for a ball. So now 3-2 to Hunter Ross after Busby had him down 0-2. Balches are listening in. Hello, Balches. Donovan Karen. That one's going to be fouled off. It will remain 2-2. So we'll do it again. Here's the payoff pitch to Ross from Busby. Breaking pitch is going to stay up high for a ball. So that'll give Hunter Ross a free pass down to first. Maddox Jackson, the second baseman, is going to step in now for West Harrison. He is a left-handed hitting second baseman. Throws right, hits left. And that's something that you just don't want to see. You go ahead 0-2 to a really good hitter in Ross and then miss with 3 breaking pitches up to walk him. So he'll stand down at first. Maddox Jackson, the second baseman, steps in. Here's the first pitch to him. That one's going to be up high for a ball. 1-0. Busby had pretty good control in the first inning. Struggled a bit here in the second so far. See if he can lock in here now pitching from the stretch. He comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be in there for a strike. 1-1 now to Maddox Jackson. Young team West Harrison is. They have several several sophomores that they're playing. I think one of them is a 7th grader. Donnie Keller texted in and told us the other day. So a really young team, West Harrison. That one's going to be fouled off by Jackson. 1-2 now. Have some talent, and they stuck around the other night, quite honestly, longer than they should have. Picayune was unable to put them away early and ended up winning in thrilling fashion in 9 innings, but game should have been over much before that. See if the Tide can be a little more assertive tonight. That one's going to be fouled off. So the count will remain 1-2 to Jackson. I think Picayune was a little bit flat early and had to turn on the Jets late in the game with a thrilling 3-run double by Landon Watts. That's going to be a swing and a miss on a nice breaking pitch from Busby to Jackson. So he'll retire the first out of the inning. Tyler Gazier will step in now, right fielder for West Harrison. Hunter Ross, the pitcher, still stands down at first. We got 1 out in the top of the second, no score. That one's going to be inside, almost hit Gazier, but couldn't quite lean into that one, so we'll start the count 1-0. All the lights are coming on now, so field looks good. I see some smoke coming down there from the pit. Kirk's Corner. Got a good crowd down there, good crowd gathered here. West Harrison brought some folks with him too. Runner's going to go. That's going to be lifted out into right field. Brunson Stockstill's coming in. He's coming in, and he will make the play. So Brunson has a long run, but he does run all the way just behind first base and secures the out in foul territory. He'll record the second out of the inning. So with 2 outs now, Jack Mann's going to step in. Tried a little bit of hit and run, and Gazier just didn't get all of it. He lifted the ball down to just behind first base. Brunson makes a long run. Retires the second out of the inning. Here's the first pitch to Mann. That's going to be outside for a ball, 1-0. We'll see if West Harrison decides to do anything here. It looks like they had to hit and run. Last batter popped up. See what they do now. 1-0, 2 outs. Ross is hanging tight there. 2-0 now to Mann. That ball's going to outside for a ball. We're at the top of the second if you're just joining us. No score so far. 2 outs, Mann on first. 2-0 count to Mann. That one's going to be fouled off his foot. It's 2-1 now. No wind to speak of. Much different situation than it was Monday night as the Tide played in about 15 to 20 sustained, 30 to 35 gust. It was a brutal night to play baseball. That one's going to be in there for a strike. 2-2 now to Mann. Deuces Wild in the second inning. 1 on, 2 outs, and a 2-2 count. We'll see what Busby does here. See if he can sneak one past Mann. That one's going to be just off the outside corner, 3-2. It's a good breaking pitch. Not a bad pitch with 2 strikes. Just couldn't get Mann to bite. So now we got 3-2. To Mann, runner goes. That one's going to be hit on the ground to Jamie at second. And actually it's going to hit the umpire. So it gets past Busby, hits the umpire, which is a dead ball when it does. And that means the runners will go safely to the base. So we'll get Mann at first. We'll have it's actually a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Will also be down at second. And so that's an unusual play you don't see very often, but it went right past Busby, hit the umpire off the leg. And so that'll bring up Kenny Linnell, who's a designated hitter now for West Harrison. We got runners at first and second, 2 outs. That one's going to be swing and a miss, as Linnell was overpowered on that one. 0-1 quickly to him. Tanya Stockstill texting in, says she's watching Sarah play softball and listening in. Appreciate you doing that one. That one's going to be outside for ball, 1-1 now. to Linnell, the designated hitter. He's hitting for Carlos Pena, who is the shortstop for West Harrison. 2 on here, 2 outs, 1-1 count in the top of the second. That one's going to be hit hard, but right at Cooper Moreau. Cooper Moreau reaches up and takes away a single at least to left field and probably would have scored a run. So we head into the bottom of the second. Still got no score. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick-cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee, wee, wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Jason Pygott has offices in Picayune. Make sure you have the right coverage. Give the Pygott Agency a call today. 601-798-7005.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Sonic Drive-Ins introduces their all-new flavor combo, the Peanut Butter and Bacon Super Sonic Double Cheeseburger. That's right, Sonic Drive-In's latest flavor combo combines peanut butter and bacon and layers it between 2 beef patties, peanut butter, crispy bacon, grilled onions, and melty cheese on a toasted bun. Stop by today and try one for yourself at Sonic Drive-In on Highway 11 just north of Highway 43 North. Go ahead, push that red button for happy eating at its best. That's what you get at Sonic Drive-In of Picayune.
We're heading to the bottom of the second here at the Kirk. Still got no score. Picayune has 1 hit. West Harrison has 1 hit, and Picayune has given up 1 error, but that was quickly erased by a 6-4-3 double play. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune, where they always put you first. Stop by the South Branch and see Miss Tracy Acker on Memorial Boulevard for all your banking needs. Landon Watts, the catcher, is going to lead off here for the Tide. He is the defending Sonic player of the game, coming off a win on the mound as he comes in relief and gets the win, and also drives in 4 runs to win the ball game for the Tide. He's going to hit the first one back to the shortstop. Shortstop's going to pick it up, throw it over to first, and he's going to be safe as the first baseman man had to come off the bag. Not a terrible throw by Pena over at short, but just pulled the first baseman off just a bit down the line. And Watts was able to sneak in there. It was a close play, but he was safe. So we'll take that. Tide was able to steal one there on an error by the shortstop. So each shortstop for the teams have given up an error. Tide was able to erase theirs on the very next pitch as they started a 6-4-3 double play. See if we can do something different here. Cooper Moreau steps in now for the Tide. Junior third baseman. Has hit in a couple of different slots this year. Now hitting in that 6th spot. He has hit third, he's hit 4th, and now hitting in the 6th spot. So he'll stand in, left-handed hitting third baseman. With a runner down at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be down low for a ball, 1-0. Got a courtesy runner down there. I think that's Ben Bird. Let me take a peek at his number. It is. Ben Bird will be running for Landon Watts, the catcher. 1-0 here to Coop. Here's a pitch from Hunter Ross. That one's going to be inside for a ball, 2-0. Coop has struggled just a bit the last couple of weeks. Started off the season pretty well, hitting the ball hard. Hit the ball hard last week, but didn't have a lot of hits to show for it. So he is due. PRCC baseball commit. That one's going to be down low for a ball, 3-0. We'll see if he has the take sign. He looks down to third base. Coach Nicholson gets his sign, steps back in. Ben Bird gets his lead over at first. Hunter Ross comes set. That one's going to be in there for a strike. I think that's the 3-0 strike, probably off the plate a bit, but if it's between the batter boxes on 3-0, you generally get it. So he'll step back in there, 3-1 now. Nobody out. Runner on first. That one's going to be called strike 2. Not a bad pitch there. Coop didn't necessarily like it, but I think that was a pretty good pitch. So now after 3-0, find yourself in a hole 3-2. Hunter Ross comes set. He'll deliver the payoff pitch. Bird goes. That one's going to be hit hard and going to be fair down the right field line over the first baseman. Bird did not get a good look at it. He stopped and had to really turn around and see where the ball was. He was already going, so he didn't get a good look at it off the bat. And so he got halfway, had to stop, turn around, and find the ball. He saw it out in right field. Then he's able to turn on the jets, get around. So he has to stop at third. Cooper Moreau will stand at second with a double. That ball was ripped over the first baseman's head and saw a little chalk fly up down the right field line. The right fielder actually did a really good job of getting over and cutting that ball off because it could have went all the way to the corner, which would have probably been at least a triple for Cooper and scored a run. But the end result is we got runners at second and third. Bird's at third. Cooper's at second. Nobody out. Designated hitter Landon Franklin now will step in for the Tide. If the Tide can get something going early here. They struggled with offense the other night until the end of the game, and then they kind of tacked on a few runs there at the last inning or two. That one's going to be a swing and a miss by Frank, so he'll start 0-1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Landon. That one's going to be outside for a ball 2-0. Landon struggled a bit. I think I said this the other night. Not the greatest batting average of where he would want it to be, I know, but he's been on base quite a bit, and that's what's kept him in the lineup. That one's going to be swing and a miss up high. He's had some key hits, driven in a few runs, and then he's just a battler. So he's also due for a big hit. That one's going to be fouled off now. So 1-2 to Landon. Ben Bird will be down at third. Cooper Moreau will be at second. Nobody out. No score here in the the bottom of the second. 3 hits now for the Tide. Nothing to show for it yet. But we are threatening. Here's the 1-2. That one's going to be down low. Good job there by Wallace as he blocked the ball up. Saved a run for West Harrison. So 2-2 now. Here's a pitch by Hunter Ross. That one's going to be lifted out into center field. Should be deep enough to score a run. Bird goes back. He's going to tag. Here's the play at the plate. And he is going to be safe. That was a good throw by the center fielder as he one-hopped the ball into the catcher. Catcher had to go up the line just a bit to get the throw, but he's not able to swing and make the tag, and so Bird will come in and score the first run of the game for Picayune. West Harrison is going to appeal that Bird left early. The umpire says no. Safe on the appeal. So we got Cooper Moreau at second after the sack by Franklin. Brunson Stockstill's going to step in now with 1 out and a runner on second, tied up 1-0. That was a bang-bang play at the plate. Good throw there by the center fielder. 0-1 now to Brunson. Jordan Stapleton, I believe that is actually the 7th grader, and that's even more amazing if he truly is a 7th grader, as he threw a one-hopper from straightaway center field about 6 foot up the line. Almost got Ben Bird out. That's a swing and a miss by Brunson. 0-2 now to the Tide right fielder. If somebody's listening, I think that was Donnie, if that's the 7th grader, Stapleton. That pitch is going to be down low, going to get third. So he'll stand at third with a 1-2 count hit or even a sac fly. But with less than 2 outs, lots of options to score that runner at third. Brunson's just trying to do one of them, drive in a run. That one's going to be outside for a ball 2-2 now to Stockstill. Score from third on a pass ball. That'll run the count to 3-2 now to Brunson. So that was a 59-footer that the catcher, Wallace, tried to block up, but it just kicked off of him, goes to his left towards third base, goes all the way to the on-deck circle, and will allow Cooper to score easily. So 2-0 now for the Tide here in the bottom of the second. They lead. Here's a 3-2 pitch to Stockstill. That's going to be outside for a ball. So Stockstill will take his base, and that'll bring another Stockstill to the plate. Justin Stockstill, the left fielder now. Left-handed hitting junior. He'll step in here with one out and a runner at first. Tide leads 2-0. They've pushed across 2 runs here in this inning on a sac fly and a pass ball. Here's the first pitch now to Stockstill. That one's going to be in there for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to Jay Stock. He's going to step out, take a long look down at Coach Evan, get a sign. Brunson Stockstill's going to step on the base, get his sign. Everybody resets. Here's the pitch. Stockstill goes. Stockstill swings and fouls it off. So 0-2 now to Justin. Brunson looks like there was a hit and run action on. Brunson goes. Had a pretty good jump. But Justin fouled it off, so we'll reset here 0-2. Going to be a throw over from Hunter Ross to first. Brunson is back easily. So we'll reset. 1 out, 0-2. Parker Helton is on deck, leadoff hitter. Here's a pitch. That's going to be a nice pitch on the outside corner. Paints the outside corner for against Justin, so he strikes out for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Parker Helton up. Hunter Ross has 35 pitches so far in 1 2/3. Parker Helton's 0 for 1. So he'll step in here with 2 outs and Brunson Stockstill at first base. Tide leads 2-0. That one's going to be hit hard up the middle. Gets by the shortstop. That'll be a base hit. Brunson's going to try first to third, and he's in there at third base. So good job over there by Brunson. That's going to be a single for Petey, and that'll be a first to third move by Brunson. So we'll have first and third with Kyler King at the plate. Tide leads this one 2-0, but says they're not done yet. King steps in here. He hit a absolute missile out into left field. His first at bat, he's 1 for 1. We'll see what Ross does to him, and we'll see what Parker Helton does down at first. If he's going to try to steal, he does not on the first pitch, and it's going to be down low for a ball, 1-0. Brunson had a good lead, saw the ball well, get by the shortstop. Of course, he was going on contact with 2 strikes. Shortstop made a diving attempt at the ball pretty much over second base, couldn't quite get there. So he goes first to third. Petey stands down at first with a single. That one's going to be curveball, called strike. And Tide Faithful doesn't like that one. My Picayune Eye Clinic glasses said it was quite a bit outside. It wasn't actually close. So nevertheless, it's 1-1 now, 2 outs. Ross comes set. That one's going to be hit out into right field. Not very hard, but hard enough as it gets by the second baseman. So King has his second hit of the night. And more importantly, he drives in a run. So Tide goes up 3-0 on the single out into right. Kyler didn't hit it hard, not nearly as hard as he hit the first one, but it was just as productive as he drives in. Brunson Stockstill from third. Tide go up 3-0 here. They've got 5 hits so far in the ball game. So we're in the bottom of the second. They lead 3-0 with still work to do. King at first, Petey's at second. That'll bring up Jamie Lumpkin, the second baseman now for the Tide. He'll hit with 2 outs. Here's the first pitch to Lumpkin. That one's going to be swung and missed. Foul tipped, maybe 0-1 to start the count. Pretty good break, a pretty good change up there by Ross. There's a breaking pitch going to be hit over the second baseman's head. Petey's going to come around from second. He'll score easily. Kyler King's going to get down into third. So he goes first to third. And Jamie Lumpkin's going to have back-to-back singles here from Kyler King and him. King stands at third now as the Tide go up 4-0. After back-to-back singles by King and Lumpkin, Morgan Kraft will step in now with 2 outs. Kraft's 0 for 1 on the night. Ross is up to 41 pitches here, and he's not out of the second inning, so the Tide have really taken advantage of him so far here in the second inning, as they've managed to put across 4 on 5 hits. Ross is going to come set, deliver the pitch. That's going to be outside for a ball, 1-0 to Kraft. Ross has bounced a few up there, so King is alert down. I wouldn't expect Jamie to go, and he does, and that one's going to hit Kraft on the hip. And so Kraft will head down to first, which Jamie had went, so he would have stolen that base pretty easily, I think. He had a good jump. But he doesn't get credit for the stolen base after the hit by pitch. So Kraft will be at first. Jamie's at second. Kyler's at third. Landon Watts is going to step in now. Senior catcher for the Tide. He's 1 for 1 on the night. So let's see what the catcher does here. That one's going to be outside for a ball, 1-0. Landon Watts actually led off the inning. So batted around here in the Tide second. Had a couple opportunities to get out of it, but West Harrison just couldn't make the play. Picayune did a good job of hitting the ball where it's pitched. Here's the 1-0. That one's going to be down low for a ball, 2-0 now to Watts. King is antsy at third. Nowhere to go unless there's a pass ball or ball gets put in play. Jamie's at second and Morgan's at first. That ball is going to be hit off the knob of the knob of the bat for a foul. So Landon just couldn't get the bat out of the way and hits off the bottom of the knob. So it'll be 2-1 now to Landon. As he'll step back in here. Bases full of Tidesmen. We're up 4-0 so far. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be in there for a strike. Good breaking pitch. So 2-2 now to Landon. A game-winning 3-run triple in the 9th inning Monday night to win the game for the Tide 7-3. That one's going to be in there for a strike on the outside corner. Good job there by Ross as he paints the outside corner with a breaking pitch. So the Tide score 4. They do so on 5 hits. We'll head to the top of the third. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
When you wake up with an aching back or sore neck, Dr. Debbie Moore with Moore Chiropractic Clinic suggests you consider making simple changes in your sleeping position to alleviate unnecessary strain on your body. According to the American Chiropractic Association and Dr. Debbie Moore, it's best to sleep on your back or side because laying on your back or side allows your head, neck, and spine to relax into their natural alignment. This will help you wake up pain-free and feeling rejuvenated. Moore Chiropractic Clinic. We've got your back.
Pearl River Community College has been providing a quality education to the people of South Mississippi and beyond for the past 110 years. If you or a family member is an alumnus of this great institution, we invite you to support future PRCC students through the PRCC Foundation Scholarship Program. Honor or memorialize a loved one or identify your support for the college by creating a scholarship through the PRCC Foundation with your tax-deductible financial gift. Call Delana Harris with the PRCC Foundation office at 601-403-1191 and make a financial investment in a young person's future at Pearl River Community College.
Tommy Upton back here at the Kirk as Picayune pushes across 4 in the bottom of the second to take a 4-0 lead here into the top of the third. I want to remind you that the first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FMB Picayune, where the customer is always first. Go by and see Chantel Thady at the West Canal branch for all of your banking needs. Jordan Stapleton is going to lead it off, center fielder for West Harrison here in the top of the third inning. First pitch is going to be swung and missed by Stapleton, so he'll start 0-1. Tide had 5 hits in that inning. They would have scored 4 runs. That one's going to be lifted out into right field. Brunson Stockstill's going to slide to his left. He'll make the out for the Tide. So that one's just lifted out into right field. Brunson slides to the left, makes the play. That'll bring up Reese Parker, the leadoff hitter for West Harrison, who's playing left field tonight. There's a pitch to him. That one's up high for a ball, 1-0. Now to Parker. That one's going to stay up high for a ball, 2-0 now to Parker. As I said, a young team for West Harrison. Got some talent, no doubt about it. They'll be a force to be reckoned with here over the next few years. That one's going to be swung and missed by Parker, 2-1 now to the West Harrison left fielder. Tide leads this one 4-0 here at the top of the third. That one's going to be inside for a ball, 3-1 now to the left-handed hitting left fielder. Busby comes set. Here's the pitch up high for a ball. So 2 pitches and a pop out. Then we walk the second batter, who is the leadoff hitter on 5 pitches. Desi Curley now, the third baseman, will step in. Actually took the loss on the mound for West Harrison Monday night as he came in to relieve Wallace, who was pitching, and they swapped pitching and catching. Tonight he plays third base. So here's the first pitch to Curley. That's going to be in there for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Curley's 0 for 1 on the night. That one's going to be down low for a ball, 1-1 now to Curley. Landon keeping a close eye on Stapleton. on Parker down at first base. He's got a pretty good lead now. Busby will give him a look. He'll come set. He'll deliver the pitch. Throw and decide better of it. That one's going to stay up high for a ball. So 2-1 now to Curley. Landon Wallace, the catcher's on deck for West Harrison. First, Tide leads this one 4-0 in the top of the third. Break a curveball off, or is he just going to go brute force on the outside corner? 2-2 to the third baseman. That's the breaking pitch, but it too low. Not enough to get Curley to go fishing. So 3-2. Watts does a good job of keeping that one in front of him, keeping the runner at first. So 3-2 now, 1 out. Here's a pitch to Curley. That's going to be swung and missed by Curley. So he'll go down on strikes. That'll bring up Landon Wallace, the catcher now. He'll hit with 2 outs and runner at first. 1 hit, no run so far for West Harrison. 6 hits, 1 error, and 4 runs for the Tide. It's going to be in there. No, it's going to be called a ball. And the umpire is going to have a discussion over at the first base dugout, something he didn't like. So he had something he wanted to say to the coaching staff or the first base dugout. He went straight over there, told them, and came back. No argument from West Harrison. So he'll step back in the box here. Not sure what was going on, if there was said something or did something, but it was quick, whatever he did. That one's going to be fouled off over that way towards the first base dugout. So I'm not sure if that first pitch was a pitch. We have it as a no pitch. So I'm going to take that off. So now it's just 0-1 to Wallace. Well, now they put it back on, so we'll say 1-1 to Wallace. So 1-1, 2 outs, 1 on. That one's going to be outside for a ball 2-1. Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, but the umpire, something he didn't like. He went straight to the dugout, said something, and came back. So 2-1 now, 2 outs. That one's going to be chopped to the shortstop. Shortstop's going to pick it up, throw across the diamond, and Morgan's going to bail him out and make a good job on a pick. So King will do a good job of fielding it, makes a decent throw. Kraft does a really good job of picking it out of the dirt over there at first, and the Tide will retire. West Harrison will head to the bottom of the third. We're leading 4-0.
Pit Lane Oil Change in Picayune is your personal pit crew. When you need an oil change, take it to the professionals who will make sure your oil change is done right with quality oils from Pennzoil, Castrol, Mobil 1, and Rotella by Shell. At Pit Lane Oil Change, it's not just an oil change. We inspect under the hood to make sure all your fluid levels are where they should be, and those belts are in good working order. Our Pit Lane crew ensures those air filters are not clogged up and hurting your engine's performance. We will also vacuum the inside of your vehicle. At Pit Lane Oil Change, our crew also inspects your wipers, all your bulbs to make sure those brake lights and turn lights are working correctly, and we put all your tires at the right pressure. Why just get an oil change when your vehicle can get the pampered professional service that only the Pit Lane Oil Change crew can deliver? We're at 401 Highway 11 North, just 3 blocks north of East Canal, right by the railroad tracks. No need for an appointment, but if you are on a schedule, call us at 601-798-0017. Pit Lane Oil Change, your personal pit crew.
Tommy Upton back here at the Kirk. We head to the bottom of the third. Tide leads this one 4-0. I want to remind you that the first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune, where hometown means the best service around with 4 locations in Picayune to serve you. Hunter Ross back out there for West Harrison. Cooper Moreau is going to lead it off here for the Tide. Hunter Ross has, let's see if I can get you a line on him. He's thrown quite a few pitches. So far, he is up to 48 pitches. He's pitched 2 innings, given up 6 hits, 4 runs. All 4 of those have earned. He struck out 3 and walked 1. Busby so far through 3 has given up 1 hit, struck out 2, and walked 2. Cooper Moreau, the junior, will step in here for the Tide. He's 1 for 1. Landon Franklin, a designated hitter, stands on deck. Here's a pitch from Ross. Coop get the third inning started off. It's going to be down low for a ball 1-0. Appreciate you listening in or watching us. And if you are, let us know. We always love to hear from you. 601-590-5950. That one's going to be down low for a ball 2-0 to Coop. See if he gets a pitch to hit. He does, and he hits it hard, and that's going to get over the head out in right field. I thought the right fielder was going to get back there and get it, but Coop got a pitch up, and he smoked it out into right field for a double. So Coop got a pitch up, and he did not miss. He burnt the right fielder, bounces off the wall, and he'll stand at second base here. Landon Franklin, now the designated hitter, will step in for the Tide. He's 0 for 0 tonight. So Picayune seeing the ball pretty well. Ross has not had a lot of movement on the ball. This is usually one of the hallmarks of West Harrison pitching, is they've got a good cutter, slider, whatever you want to call it, where it's got late movement. But Hunter struggled a little bit tonight, and the Tide have been on the fastballs. When he's thrown them over the plate, they've found a lot of barrels. Here's the first pitch to Franklin. That's going to be up high for a ball 1-0. So Coop has got a pretty good lead at second. He'll stand down there with nobody out. Frank, the designated hitter, steps in here. That one's going to be up high for a ball 2-0 now to the right-handed hitting designated hitter. See if he gets a pitch to hit. Cooper took a 2-0 fastball and ripped it out into right field for a double. See what what Landon gets here. Ross is going to step off, reset. Coop had a pretty good lead out there at second. Nobody really holding him on. Shortstop is easing in, but nobody really close. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be way high. 3-0. Now to Franklin. I am sure that he has the take sign here, 3-0. But we'll see. Shakes his head down at Coach Evan. Like I'm sure. Yeah, I know. I'm not supposed to swing. Not, and that is on the outside corner, 3-1. Now steps back in here against Ross. Still should get a pitch to hit here, 3-1. It's like they're set up on the inside corner. They do try to get there, but that ball is low. So he'll earn a walk. He'll try it down to first. And Brunson Stockstill will step in now for the Tide. Brunson's 0 for 0 on the night. 56 pitches for Ross. He continues to run his pitch count up. As the Tide's got more traffic here in the third. Got 2 on. Nobody out. Here's the junior right fielder. Brunson's going to square, put the ball down to third base. Good job of bunting, and he does his duty. Those that makes the play across the diamond that third base does. So that'll be a sac bunt, but he will move both runners over to second and third after a beautiful bunt there by Brunson. Third baseman made a really good play. He comes in, fields the ball, and has to make a snap throw across the diamond. He does, and on the bang-bang play at first, he gets Brunson, but not before he moves the runners over to second and third. So now with second, third, and 1 out, Justin Stockstill will step in for the Tide. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Tide looking to extend their lead. They're up 4-0 here in the bottom of the third, threatening now with runners at second and third, 1 out. That one's going to be outside. Nope, going to be called strike. On the outside corner, 0-1 to J. Stock. Hunter Ross comes set. Here's a pitch. Is going to be called strike. Another good breaking pitch on the outside corner there. So Justin's seen some pretty good pitches tonight. He went down looking in the first inning, or in the second inning, I'm sorry. So he 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Finds himself 0-2 now, and that one's going to be up high. Another good breaking pitch, but just stayed up. That run the count to 1-2. Coops at third. Landon Franklin's down at second. We got 1 out here in the bottom of the third. That one's going to stay up high. Another breaking pitch, 2-2. So a steady night of breaking pitches to Justin. Parker Helton, leadoff hitter, stands in the on-deck circle. Get a base hit his last time up. There's a pitch to Stockstill. That's going to be called strike 3 on the outside corner. So once again, J. Stock goes down. Saw several breaking pitches and then got a fastball on the outside corner that he couldn't do anything with. So that'll be 2 outs now for the Tide. Parker, Petey Helton will step in here. Runners at second, third. Tide leading this one 4-0. They've done so on 7 hits so far here early in the game. Here's the first pitch to Helton. Actually, Ross is going to step off and ask for a new sign. He and the catcher were not on the same page. That one's going to be hit off the handle down to third, but it's going to be foul ball. So 0-1 to Petey. Got an inside pitch that he tried to inside out. Didn't hit it very hard. Got sawed off. Bounced down the line, but at the last minute, kicked over foul. So everybody will reset. Parker will step back in here, 0-1. Ross is going to come set here. Looks at home. There's a pitch, swing and a miss by Helton. So he'll go 0-2 here on a pretty good pitch. Just swung and missed. So here's the 0-2 now. 2 outs. Runners at second, third. Tide's up 4-0 here in the third. Swing and foul by Helton. He'll foul that one off over the third base dugout. Count will remain 0-2. To the junior center fielder for the Tide. Looks like they're going to try to come back inside to Petey here where the catcher's set up. They do. Parker fouls that one off again. So the count will remain 0-2. Ross gets another ball. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung and hit hard down the first base line, but that one stays foul. That was dangerous for the first base coach down there. So he had to avoid getting his hat taken off as Parker hit a missile down that way. Unfortunately for the Tide, it stayed foul. So he'll do it again here. That one's going to be lifted out into left field, but it's going to get out of play. It stayed in the ballpark, but the left fielder not able to get down there to it. It'll bounce harmlessly in the corner, left field corner. And everybody will head back to their respective position. The umpire will get a refill of balls here in his satchels. And we'll do it again here at 0-2 with 2 outs, 2 runners on, tied up 4-0 here. Ross comes set again. Petey's going to hit that one out into right field, but I think the right fielder is going to be there. He is. He comes in. And he makes the play. So Tide threatens, but they're not able to do anything here in the third. We'll head to the top of the fourth. Picayune still leads this one 4-0. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Physical therapy has evolved into specialized care for patients suffering from Parkinson's disease. Dr. Jamison Dodd with Dodd Therapy Center in Picayune is LSVT Big certified for treatment of Parkinson's disease. LSVT Big trains people with Parkinson's to use their body more normally and improves movements for any activity, whether small motor tasks like buttoning a shirt or large motor tasks like getting up from a sofa or chair or maintaining balance while walking. Give Dodd Therapy Center a call today at 769-242-2636 or stop by at 405 Memorial Boulevard in Picayune.
Hey neighbors, it's that time of year again. It's springtime. Make that short drive to Pawpaw's Campers in Picayune. You'll be glad you did. Pawpaw's has a nice selection of new and used trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes. Please go to our website, pawpawsniceprice.com, and see multiple pictures of our entire inventory. Pawpaw's Campers, having fun, selling fun.
That's a good RV, Pawpaw.
We're back at the Kirk. Tommy Upton here with you as the Tide leads this one 4-0 heading into the top of the fourth. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune. Checking savings, loans, mortgages. If you need it, they've got it. FNB Picayune, your hometown bank. Number 24, the pitcher, Hunter Ross, will lead it off for West Harrison here in the top of the fourth, and he'll take a breaking pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 quickly. Pitcher to pitcher. Busby still out there. That one's going to be fouled off by Ross. Busby 52 pitches through 3 innings. Ross is 0 for 0 on the night. That one's going to be down low for a ball, so 1-2. Now to the West Harrison pitcher. Picayune scored 4 in the second. They've done so in 7 hits, and they've given up 1 error. That one to Ross is going to be up high 2-2. Now to the West Harrison pitcher. West Harrison has 1 hit to their credit, but no runs. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That's going to be down low for a ball. 3-2 now. Busby has thrown quite a bit of breaking pitches tonight, but most of them have not landed. They have simply been 59 footers and 59 sixes and haven't been able to get West Harrison to chase. That one's going to be fouled off. The count will remain 2-2. I'm sorry, 3-2. Beautiful night for baseball. Smoke billowing down in Kirk's corner. Nice crowd at the Kirk. Appreciate you listening in. That one's going to be up high for a ball, so Ross will get a leadoff walk for West Harrison. That'll bring up Maddox Jackson, the left-handed hitting second baseman for West Harrison. We'll have a courtesy runner, and that's number 10, and that is Sean Powers, I believe, down there for the pitcher. All right, here comes the pitch. That one's going to be hit out into center field. Helton comes in, starts to dive, thinks better of it. He'll back up and take that one on one hop. So I think that's a good call by Helton. He may have could have made that play, but if he missed it, he gets by him and goes all the way to the wall and scores one, maybe two. So it'll be one pitch, one single there by Maddox Jackson. Tyler Gazier, the right fielder, will step in here with runners at first and second. Busby gives up his second hit of the night. Gazier's 0 for 1 here. As West Harrison has a little traffic, 2 on and nobody out. That one's going to be hit up the middle, and that's going to be another base hit. Let's see, Helton comes in, gets a good play, and he will hold the runner at third on a good throw into the plate. So after a walk and 2 singles, that ball was hit hard back up the middle. Busby's not able to get a glove on it. Gets by King. Goes over the second base. Parker Helton does a good job, comes in, makes a good throw into the plate. Everybody has to hang on, especially with one out. Nobody wants to push it. And so we got a little bit of a jam here. That's going to cause a visit by Coach T. Steve Witten will head out and talk to his senior pitcher, have a discussion with him. I'm sure this is, hey, let's take a look at some fundamentals. Seems to be not able to land the breaking pitch where he wants it. Has pretty good control of the fastball so far, but the breaking pitches have all been bouncing, and it's not really getting West Harrison to go fishing a whole lot. So that's caused him to have to get some fastballs over the plate. So he'll get behind. West Harrison has teed a couple of up here, got a couple of barrels. So they've got bases loaded, nobody out. 2 hits here in this inning. Jack Mann, the first baseman, is going to hit here. He's going to take a breaking pitch in there for a beauty. Strike 1 to Mann. Corners are in with nobody out. Middle infielders are back. They'll give up the run for the double play. That one's going to be in there for a strike. 0-2 quickly now to Mann. Base is full of Hurricanes. Here's the pitch. Mann's going to hit that one to shortstop. Kyler's going to flip it over to Jamie. Jamie's going to throw to first and going to get the out at second, but Kraft had to come off the bag at first, and so it'll be safe at first. We get 1 run on the fielder's choice. We got runners at first and third now. Kenny Linnell is going to hit for West Harrison. So Taylor made double play. Good feed by King to Lumpkin. But Lumpkin's throw pulls Kraft up the line. He can't keep his foot on the bag, so Mann will be safe at first. That one's going to be hit hard past the third baseman for a single out into left field. That ball is ripped past Moreau. So he'll score the second run of the inning and the game for West Harrison. Push the score to 4-2. Now we got runners at first and second here with 1 out. Jordan Stapleton, the center fielder, is going to come up. Stapleton's 0 for 1. Middle infielders are back again. See if we can get an inning-ending double play here. It's going to be a breaking pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. After 2 singles, West Harrison's pushed across 2 to cut the score to 2-1. Stapleton's going to square like he's going to bunt. You wonder if he slashes. No, he's going to keep it out there and pop it up. Foul. He squared way, way early. Morgan Kraft came in and then smelled a little bit of a rat and stops, but Jordan Stapleton does not pull back. He keeps it out there, but bunts it foul towards the third base dugout. Count now 1-1. Stapleton steps out, gets another look down to the third base coach to make sure he understands the signal. Got runners at first and second, one out. Tied up 4-2. Kraft is easing in at first. Stapleton's going to square around again very early. And he's going to try once again and failed at the bunt. That one was foul, but just rolled up the third base line and stays foul. So he's got himself in a hole now, 1-2. Third base coach doesn't seem overly excited about that job of bunting by Stapleton. I believe he is the seventh grader. Heck of an athlete if he is, playing center field. So here's the 1-2 now to him with one out. That one's going to be swung and missed. And then a throw down by Watts. Watts tries to pick the runner off, almost takes the hat off of his pitcher, Busby. Almost kills the umpire, who has to hit the deck. And the ball eventually gets to Kyler King. But the runner, man, is able to get back into second. So we got two outs now, runners at first and second. Reese Parker's going to bat here for West Harrison. They scored two so far in their half of the fourth. That one's going to be in there for a strike, 0-1. A little bit of excitement from Landon as he caught man leaning a little bit out there. Slings it down to second. Almost gets the pitcher and the umpire on the way. Here's the 0-1. That's going to get by Watts, get all the way to the back stop, bounce off the bricks, come back to Watts, but no play, as both runners will move up to second and third respectively. So got two outs on a 1-1 count. Now we got runners at second and third. Here's a pitch to Parker. That's going to be hit on the ground to Jamie. Jamie's going to pick it up, throw over to Kraft, and will retire the final out of the inning. So heading to the bottom of the fourth. Tide still leading this, but West Harrison pushed across two. We got a 4-2 ball game. You're listening to WRJW, Picayune Maroon Tide Baseball.
Hey friends, camping is a spring thing, and Pawpaw's Campers in Picayune is here to get you started this spring. Whether it's RV accessories, parts, RV service, or RV sales, Pawpaw's Campers has you covered. Just call our toll-free line, 800-728-2267. That's 800-728-CAMP, or go to our website at pawpawsniceprice.com. We're not that far from where you are. Come and see us today.
That's a good RV, Pawpaw.
Abby Turnage, lead mammography technologist, Highland Community Hospital.
Mammograms are important because they help us do early detection. A mammogram is never going to keep you from getting breast cancer, but early detection is what is going to make you have your best possible outcome. We want you to get your mammogram as early as possible, and you should have those yearly beginning at age 40.
Highland Community Hospital, here when you need us most.
We're heading to the bottom of the fourth here at the Kirk. Tide leads this one 4-2. They scored 4 in the second. And then West Harrison came back in their half of the fourth here, the top of the fourth, and they put 2 runs up on a couple of hits and a walk. And that's where we are so far. So 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Tide. 2 runs, 4 hits for West Harrison. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune. Come by the main branch and see Sheila Cooper or Linda Pinton. Hometown community spirit, hometown community pride. Kyler King, the shortstop. The lead off here for the Tide. King's 2 for 2 on the night. Hunter Ross still out there for West Harrison. Here's the first pitch. It's going to be down low for a ball. 1-0. Air starting to cool off a little bit. Sun completely down. All the lights are shining. Just a beautiful night for baseball. That one's going to be outside for a ball. 2-0. Good crowd from both sides. See what King can do here. That one's going to be outside. 3-0. That was close. Had to wait and make sure the umpire wasn't going to call that one a strike. He does not. So 3-0 for the Tide. Or for King. That one's going to be down low, not close. So 4 balls. None of those except maybe one of them was close. King is on base for the 3rd time tonight. 2 singles and a walk. And Jamie Lumpkin, the second baseman, will step in now for the Tide. He's 1 for 2. This is a spot where the Tide love to hit and run, put something on here. King is very, very dangerous base runner over there. See if Ross pays any attention to him. If he doesn't, he'll steal another one. He did it on him in the first. That one's going to be down low for a ball. 1-0 to Lumpkin. Takes a peek down at Coach Evan at third. Gets a sign. I wouldn't doubt that King isn't going here. He does not, though. That one's going to be lifted foul over the first base dugout. 1-1. Coach Evan giving another sign now, so we'll see if hit and run is on here now. And a 1-1 count. Nobody out. Tide leads at 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th. King does go, and Jamie rips one into left field. It one hops the left fielder, not far enough for King to go first and third. That was a nice job of hit and run there by Jamie as he takes the ball and deposits it between third and short, gets out into left field. And so once again, the Tide has some base runners. They got something cooking here. Nobody out. The big first baseman steps in here, Kraft. He'll hit with 2 on. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Looks like Picayune is softball. The girls softball is leading 4-2 over there. I think they're playing Long Beach. That one's going to be up high for a ball. King is going to steal third, and the throw is going to get away from the third baseman. As King got a nice pitch to run on. He stole a base, and then the throw kicks away from the third baseman. And so that will allow King to score from third. Jamie will head down to second. So he'll stand at second after King steals third, and then will take home on the throwing error. Or actually, we'll call that a fielding error by the third baseman because it wasn't really a bad throw. It just couldn't hold on to it down there. That's Desi Curley. King slid in to Curley. And I think the ball kicked away from him, and he wasn't able to get up and get it. So Jamie will get to second. Kraft still batting here, 1-0. King scores on a stolen base and then an error on the third baseman. Check on Curley, make sure he's okay. He seems to be. Everybody resets. Kraft steps back in. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And actually, Ross takes too long. Kraft asks for time, steps out. We'll reset again. We'll have a Paul's Pastry Shop Mardi Gras Cafe trivia question here in the next inning. That one's going to be in there for a strike to Kraft. So 1-1 now to the right-handed hitting first baseman. A two-sport commit to Pearl River Community College. He will vie for the kicking position for football and then also look for a spot on the baseball team. There's a 1-1 pitch. That's going to be down low for a ball, 2-1. Lumpkins at second, nobody out. Tide scored 1 so far here in this inning. They lead 5-2. 4-2. Picayune is leading. I believe that's Long Beach over on the girls softball side. Here's the pitch. Kraft's going to take a big swing, foul it straight back. He got a fastball that he liked, but he just missed it. Fouls it straight back, evens the count at 2-2. So everybody will reset. He'll step back in here and see what he gets. 2-2. He gets a fastball on the outside part of the plate. He's going to chop it down to first, but it's going to stay foul. Man will pick it up down there, but it was a chopper foul. Kraft was a little bit late on a high fastball, but got enough of it to stay alive. So he'll hit here in a 2-2 count, nobody out. Jamie still stands down at second. Would not be surprised if he doesn't try to swipe a base here, as Ross can get predictable. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Kraft's going to foul that one off. But Kraft battling here now. He's got himself in a 2-2 hole, looking to drive in a run. See if Ross makes a mistake and leaves something up to Kraft. Breaking pitch is going to be lifted down to first, but man is going to slide over, and that was a good pitch there by Ross. Kraft got fooled on a breaking pitch and just kind of swatted it down to first. Man steps over into the first base's coaching box, records the first out of the inning. So with one out, Landon Watts will step in now, Maroon Tide catcher. Will step in here. He'll hit with one out. Jamie Lumpkin's down at second base. Ross is going to do the spin move to second, but nobody was covering. So he steps back, resets. Here's the first pitch to Watts. That breaking pitch is going to stay up for a ball, 1-0. If you're watching or 50. That'll be the same number. You can text your answer to the post. Next half inning. That foul ball off the bat of Watts will go over the first base dugout. So Turner Pugh is going to bring out some more balls to the umpire. He'll feel his satchel's back full here. Hunter Ross will step back on. He'll deliver the 1-1 pitch to the Tide catcher, Landon Watts. He's going to foul. A lot of breaking pitches the last couple of innings by Ross. Fouled off. 1-2. Corey Dorn says, listen in. Hey, Corey. So it's 1-2 now. Ross comes set. Out into center field. Might be trouble. Second baseman's got to call off. The center fielder's got to call somebody off, and he just doesn't. Second baseman was trying to go out there. Maddox, he wasn't able to get to it. Center fielder wasn't able to get to it. Right fielder was just coming in making noise. So we got runners at first and third now. Still one out. Cooper Moreau is going to stand in here for the Tide as we'll try to get something going here now with some more traffic. That's a tough play. Ball not hit very hard, but hit in a perfect spot out there. Ben Bird will courtesy run for Watts once again at first. Jamie Lumpkin will stand over at third. Cooper Moreau, third baseman, is going to step in here. He's 2 for 2 on the night. He's going to hit another one. He'll be 3 for 3. As he hits the ball right over the top of first base, that's going to be extra bases. Jamie Lumpkin scores. Here comes Bird from first. He's going to fall down and have to go back to third as he's tried to put on the brakes. So he'll stand at third now. Cooper Moreau stands at second. The night. Coop's 3 for 3, drives in another run. Landon Franklin, the big designated hitter, will step in here now for the Tide. The Tide scores another. They've got 10 hits. Coop's been on fire tonight. It's his third double. score, but got the stop sign from Coach Evan right at the last minute. His break. Ross is going to deliver the pitch to Franklin. That's going to be outside for a ball, 1-0. It's one thing that we noticed about West Harrison a few years ago. They're not afraid to go deep with their pitchers. Ross comes set here, 1 out. Run. It's going to be fouled off, 2-1. Big designated hitter. Be just inside, almost hits him. Franklin leaned at the last minute and able to get away from the ball that went right underneath his arm. So 3-1 now. Landon. That one's going to be hit on the ground to the second baseman. That's going to be enough to get Bird in from first. So that'll be a fielder's choice. Second baseman was in, thought about going home, but decided that he better try to throw it over to first. So he gets the out at first, the second out of the inning, but he does so giving up a run. So now 7-2 for the Tide, and Brunson Stocksville is going to step in here with Cooper Moreau down at third, 2 outs. Tide's up 7-2. Here's the first pitch. That one's going to be down. Second baseman was in. Maddox was in on the grass. Ball was hit fairly hard. I thought he had to play at Bird at the plate. Bird was going all the way. And Maddox looked at it, thought better of it, decided to make the easy play over to first. So he'll get an out, but he does trade a run for that out. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike to Brunson, 1-1. So Brunson stands in here now, 1-1, 2 out, runner at third. That one's going to be swing and miss. So now 1-2 to Brunson. The junior right fielder had a good swing, but just could not connect on a breaking pitch. See what he gets here, 1-2. Tide trying to add to their lead. That one's going to be hit up the middle. It's going to be tough play for the second baseman. He comes over and cannot throw out Brunson. Throws it by Brunson at first. Brunson falls down, going to first, and then is going to get tagged out at first. So the run will score. Let me explain what happened. That ball was kind of hit off of Brunson's hands, hit to the second baseman. Second baseman was charging in, makes the play, tries to throw Brunson out at first, throws the ball over the first baseman's head. Brunson makes a wide turn, and when he does so, he falls down, and he has to get back to first. The pitcher comes over to cover first as the first baseman goes and retrieves the overthrow, and they will tag Brunson out. So Brunson will get credit for an infield single and an RBI. Then he'll get called out on the attempted play into second as he fell down getting back in to first base. So now you're caught up. Todd leads this one 8-2. We're headed to the top of the fifth. It's Paul's Pastry Shop Mardi Gras Cafe trivia question time. We're back here in 30 seconds.
Dr. Lori Blackmer and Dr. Mark Hutto at Picayune Eye Clinic are experienced optometrists who are passionate about your vision care. Picayune Eye Clinic will cater to all of your vision needs, answer any eye care questions you may have, and supply you with the most up-to-date optometric information and fashion eyewear and frames in order to keep your eyes clear and healthy. They've been providing complete eye care for over 30 years. The clinic is at 908 6th Avenue in Picayune. Give Picayune Eye Clinic a call today at 601-798-4182 and begin to see things more clearly.
All right, Tommy Upton back here at the Kirk. We head to the top of the fifth. Picayune leads this one 8-2 on a little bit of a weird series of events. Brunson drove in a run on an infield single, and then got called out on a wide turn and could not get back to the bag. Desi Curley, the third baseman, is going to lead it off here for West Harrison in their half of the fifth. We will have that Paul's Pastry Shop trivia question for you after this half inning. Desi's going to square to bunt and take a called strike, 0-1. Busby still out there for the Tide. That was going to be in there for a strike ball. 0-2. And he is going to swing and miss at strike 3. And that one's going to be, he tries to do a little bit of a dance to get around Landon as Landon dropped the ball, but he had him cornered and he couldn't go anywhere. So Landon will tag him out for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Landon Wallace, catcher for West Harrison. As he'll hit now. Nobody out and one out, nobody on. That one's going to be outside for a ball, 1-0. That one's going to be hit on the ground to Cooper. Cooper's going to pick it up, throw across the diamond, and Kraft made a good play but couldn't keep his foot on the bag. The umpire said he came off the bag. So that ball was hit. Cooper had to backhand it. He makes a long throw across the diamond. We're going to give Wallace a single on that one. And Kraft made a good play of digging it out of the dirt, but not before Wallace gets across the bag. So he'll stand at first now with 1 out. Hunter Rawls, the pitcher, will step in here with 1 out. That one's going to be in there for a strike, 0-1. Cooper had to backhand the ball, made a long throw, one-hopped it, and it was just enough to pull Kraft off the bag. So 0-1, 1 out. That one's going to be lifted out into left field. Justin Stockstill's going to move over, and he will make the play. So that's not far enough to get the runner at first over to second. So that's just a high fly ball out into left field. Now we got 2 outs. Second baseman Maddox Jackson will step in here for West Harrison. He does so with a runner at first, and his team trailing 8-2. That one's going to be hit, and it's going to get, no, Jamie does a good job of getting over to the ball and then overthrows the first baseman. Jamie had to go way to his left and get the ball. He does so and then throws it over the head of Kraft. And so that will allow the runners to get to second and third. We're going to call that one an error, not a single. So we'll call it an error, actually a 2-base error. Wallace will stand down at third now. Jackson will stop at second. Tyler Gazier is going to step in for West Harrison, the right fielder. That one's going to be down low for a ball. So Jamie did a good job of tracking way to his left to get the ball, but then threw the ball over the head of Kraft, and it bounced around by the first base dugout and allowed the runners to get 2 extra bases, or 1 extra base, second and third respectively. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1. It's going to be up high. They're going to say that one was a ball earlier, so 3-0. I had it as a strike. Umpire says no, it's 3-0. So first base is open, 2 outs here. That one's going to stay up high, not close. So now we got bases loaded. Busby's at 82 pitches here. Jack Mann's going to stand in, the first baseman for West Harrison. Mann's going to hit with 2 outs. Looking to try to drive this a little bit closer. The team trails 8-2. Here's the first pitch from Watts. Is going to be outside for a ball, 1-0. think there was a little bit of trouble with the stream, so maybe it restarted. If you're still able to watch, let me know. I got a couple of notices that the video stream was having a little bit of trouble. That seems to be resolved. So if you're still watching or able to watch, let me know. 601-590-5950. That one's going to be in there for a strike, 1-2 to man. Busby trying to pitch out of a jam. Got bases loaded, 2 outs. 1-2 to man. That one's going to be fouled off over the first base side. So 1-2, it will remain. 2 outs. Bases are full of West Harrison Hurricanes. Tide leads 8-2 here in the top of the 5th. 87 pitches for Busby. Probably his last inning. We'll see. That one's going to be inside for a ball, 2-2. We may see him in the 6th, but I would imagine this is going to be it for him. Here's the 2-2. That one's going to be fouled off. Corey says, yeah, it seems to be doing better. I think we had a little bit of cellular issues and had a little bit of choppiness there for a minute, but that seems to be fixed. Sorry about that, guys. Appreciate again you spending some of your Thursday with us, watching us. Got a couple folks saying it's good now, so appreciate that. That one's going to be swung on and missed, so that will be strike 3 as man does not want to swing, but he does. So T-Buzz will get us out of that inning with bases loaded. And Harrison Central does not score a run. They load the bases, but they can't do anything with it. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Tide leads this one 8-2. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
At Sonic Drive-In of Picayune, Tuesday after 5 p.m. till close is family night with half-off cheeseburgers. Sonic Drive knows how hard it is sometimes to feed your whole family, and we want to give you a break on Tuesday nights. Half-price cheeseburgers. It's how Sonic Drive-In helps you feed your family. Remember that Sonic Drive-In of Picayune on Highway 11 just north of Highway 43 North is happy eating at its best. Tuesday's family night with half-price cheeseburgers. That's what you get at Sonic Drive-In of Picayune.
We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. The Tide leads this one 8-2 over the West Harrison Hurricanes. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FMB Picayune. Come by the main branch and see one of our friendly loan officers, Keith Robinson, Judy Lowry, Alder Spears, David Levy, Christina Ladner, Anna, Amy Kirkland, Julia Jackson, Colin Thompson. Hometown community spirit, hometown community pride. All right, it's time for the Paul's Pastry Shop Mardi Gras Cafe trivia question. You need to text your name and the answer. Your name and the answer to 601-590-5950. 601-590-5950. Your name and the answer. I'll give you instructions after you win what you need to do from there. Who is the only player in history to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam home run? Who is the only player in history to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam home run? Walk-off inside the park grand slam home run. Who's the only player in history to do that? Text me your name and your answer. 601-590-5950. All right. Justin Stockstill, let's see. Turner Pugh is going to hit for Justin Stockstill. I'll make that change. Turner Pugh is going to hit for Justin Stockstill to start off the bottom of the 5th. Here's the first pitch from Ross. That's going to be outside for a ball, 1-0. He's the only player in MLB history to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam. In there for a strike, 1-1 to Pugh. So he's pinch hitting for Justin Stockstill here. In the bottom of the 5th, 601-590-5950. If you know the answer to the Paul's Pastry Shop Mardi Gras Cafe trivia question. That one's going to be fouled off. 1-2. Got a couple of answers, but they are not correct. Now I got a correct answer. I'm making these too Googleable. You guys are doing this too quickly. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to hit Pugh on the buttocks. He will head down to first with a hit by pitch. That'll bring up Parker Helton. So nobody out. Hunter Ross is still pitching. He's at 103 pitches here tonight. Helton will step in. He's 1 for 3. I do have a right answer. Got a couple of them coming in back to back. We'll see who was first. Get a break in the action and take a look at the text. Here's Helton. That's going to be down low for a ball, 1-0. Turner Pugh stands down at first. Tide leads this one 8-2 in the bottom of the 5th. They scored 4 in the 2nd, 4 in the 4th. West Harrison scored 2 in the 4th. Swing and a miss by Helton. That'll be 1-0 now. It's like Picayune's still winning. The girls softball team's still winning over there 4-3. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Helton, or the 1-1 pitch is now 1-2 as he fouls it off. Petey has a hit tonight. He's 1 for 3. I did get the answer the other night. I asked about what Petey was. And his grandmother, Miss Bourgeois, said it was in reference to Spider-Man, Peter Parker. And he's going to hit that one past the first baseman for a base hit. And so Pugh is going to try to go first to third and get thrown out. That was hit out into right field. I'm sorry, I was watching that one unfold. I could see it happening before my eyes, but I couldn't stop Pugh. And he tries to go first and third after Helton hits the ball out into right field. Right fielder comes in and that's Tyler Gazier. He makes a really good throw across the diamond. He's going to get Pugh out by 4 steps at third base. So Helton will stand at second base. Pugh gets thrown out trying to go first and third. Kyler King will step in now. And that was a really good catch and throw by Gazier out there in right field as he threw Pugh out, like I said, by about 4 steps. Can't fault Pugh in trying, but just didn't have a good jump. And so West Harrison won't even pitch to King. They will send him down to first base on a walk. And Jamie Lumpkin will step in now. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Got runners at first and second. Tied up 8-2 here, 1 out, looking to add to that. 107 pitches, 108 pitches now from Ross as that one's up high for a ball. Tide have been able to barrel up Ross pretty well tonight. See what they can do here with got runners at first and second. That one's going to be in there for a strike, 1-1 now. Nobody holding King on at first. He's got a good lead. That may come into play if there's a ball in the outfield, and he tries to get to third or home. Good speed from him. Hilton's got a good lead at second. He also has good speed. Jamie Lumpkin, the Tide second baseman's hitting. He's 2 for 3, and he hits that one a mile out into center field. But it's going to stay in the ballpark. Hilton's going to go back, and he's going to try to tag, and this is going to be trouble for the Tide, but he's able to get in there. So the throw was cut by the shortstop, and I think that was the difference. Had he not been able to cut the ball, the play from outfield, from center field, may have gotten Petey at third, but because it was cut and relayed, that it allowed Petey to get into third, and third baseman also dropped the ball. That also helped. So close play at third, but Parker stands over there now. Kings has to stay at first while all that action is unfolding between second and third. 2 outs, Morgan Kraft will step in. He's looking for his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 2. King's going to steal second, no throw down there. And that pitch is up high for a ball. So 1-0. King's now at second. Helton's at third. That one will stay up high. 2-0. Now to Kraft. He's looking for his first hit of the night. Cooper's had a big night tonight. Landon's had a hit. Landon stands on deck. Cooper's in the hole. See if they get a chance to hit here with 2 outs. Kraft's 2-0. See if he gets a fastball to hit. He does, and he rips it. But it stays foul. Almost takes Parker Helton's helmet off down there. But he's able to avoid it. The ball stays foul down the third base line. So Kraft got a pitch to hit. He did miss it. But it just went foul down the third base line. He'll step back in here, 2-1, 2 outs. Runners at second, third, tied up 8-2. That one's going to be hit up the middle. The shortstop's going to pick it up, fumble it, make a quick throw across the diamond, but he maintains a good throw, and that will retire the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the the top of the 6th. Tide unable to score. They get a couple of runners on. I'll give you the answer to the trivia question. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Call at 601-749-4939 or visit the website at www.more/Cairo.com.
Welcome to the River, where education meets excellence. Join the Wildcat family and dive into our lively campus. Make friends, join clubs, get involved, and create memories. Experience academic excellence with our dedicated faculty. Explore cutting-edge facilities designed for your success. Choose PRCC for an education that shapes your future. Pearl River, where you can roar with champions.
Tanner Busby is back out there for his 6th inning of work. I'll give you a stat line on him as Tide leads this one 8-2 heading into the top of the 6th. They get a couple runners on, but not able to do anything with them. As Kraft grounds out to end the inning. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, FNB Picayune. So who was the only player in history to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam home run? Roberto Clemente did it in 1956. Roberto Clemente. Chris Upton was first. You and Corey were back-to-back, but by about 17 seconds. Chris Upton won. So that one's going to stay up high for a ball to start the first pitch of the inning. And that is going to be Kenny Linnell will be up. He'll start the count 0-1. Roberto Clemente was the answer. That one's in there for a strike, 0-2. A walk-off inside the park grand slam. You don't have those very often. Matter of fact, the only person did it. Swing and a miss by Linnell. And now it's 1-2. To the designated hitter for West Harrison. Here's the pitch. That one's a beauty. Breaking pitch right down the middle. Vapor locks Linnell. He'll head back to the dugout. That'll bring up Jordan Stapleton, the center fielder for West Harrison. 93 pitches for Busby. So far tonight as he's pitched 5 1/3. Up high for a ball. 1-0 to Stapleton. Here's the pitch from Busby. That one's going to be in there for a strike. Good breaking pitch, 1-1 by Busby. 95 pitches now for Busby. As the 96 is a beauty, 1-2. Another breaking pitch. So he struggled a bit early. He being Busby landed some of those breaking pitches. They were just all low. But he started landing them the last 2 innings, and he's been able to throw them for strikes. That one's going to stay down low for a ball, 2-2. Much better success getting the ball down, getting it landed for a strike. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Stapleton goes down. So the first 2 West Harrison Hurricanes go down on strikes. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Reese Parker, a left fielder for the Hurricanes. He'll hit with nobody on and 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. First pitch to him is going to be up high for a ball, 1-0. First pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank, F&B Picayune. Well, they are Picayune Maroon Tide proud. Stop by the main branch at 121 East Canal Street for all your banking needs. Swing and a miss. Parker, 1-1 now. Busby's going to deliver. That one's going to be hit down the left field line, and Pugh's going to come over and make the play. So a couple of strikeouts and then a long run by Pugh. He gets over and makes the 3rd out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Tide leads this one 8-2.
Are you tired of the same old mundane service you get when you need to get an oil change for your car or truck? Do you feel like you have to be the first person there to get in line to get your oil changed that day? Tired of having to get up before the chickens to beat the crowd? Well, it's different at Pit Lane Oil Change in Picayune. J.R. Pascal and his Pit Lane crew make sure you are in and out in a timely manner. And you don't need an appointment either. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. till 12 noon. The Pit Lane crew inspects your vehicle to make sure the fluids, belts, lights, tire pressure, battery, and wiper blades are in good working order to keep you on the road in your ride. And they will vacuum the inside of your vehicle as a little extra touch from the crew at Pit Lane Oil Change. Come experience for yourself why people keep coming back to Pit Lane Oil Change time after time. They're located at 401 Highway 11 North, just 3 blocks north of East Canal, right by the railroad tracks. You can call us at 601-798-0017. Come experience the difference. Pit Lane Oil Change, your personal pit crew.
Tyler Gazier is going to come in for the West Harrison Hurricanes. The right fielder will replace Hunter Ross, who pitched well over 100 pitches. I'll give you his final, line while we have a second. Landon Watts is going to lead it off for the Tide. Ross threw 114 pitches over 5 innings, gave up 11 hits, 8 runs. 5 of those were earned, walked 4, and had 4 strikeouts. So we know that Gazier's got a good arm because he threw Pugh out, I believe, trying to go first to third. So we know he's got a good arm here. We'll see what he can do as a pitcher. Long, tall, lanky right-hander. See if I have a grade on him. Gazier is a sophomore. Curley is a sophomore. Pena is a sophomore. I have Stapleton as a sophomore. I think he was the one I thought was a 7th grader, but maybe I must have been wrong. Reese Parker is the 7th grader. My fault. Leadoff hitter, not Stapleton. Parker, who is playing left field, is the 7th grader. So Landon Watts is going to hit here by the bottom of the 6th. Tide leads this one 8-2. Gazier, your new pitcher. Here's the first pitch. That one's going to be hit out into right field. So for a single for Landon. He's 1 for 3, now goes 2 for 4. As the Tide catcher has just been on fire this week. Was a Sonic player of the game Monday night, going 3 for 4 and getting the win on the mound. Ben Bird's going to head down to first, and he'll be the courtesy runner. Cooper Moreau will step in here as he's 3 for 3 with 3 doubles. He's been on absolute fire tonight. This is one of the games that Picayune's been looking forward to. Offensively, finally came out of a shell. Struggled a bit last week, even though they won all 3 games against Pascagoula and won the game Monday night against West Harrison. Hadn't hit the ball hard. That one's hit right back up the middle at Gazier, and he defensively knocks it down because that ball was absolutely murdered right back at the pitcher. He had no choice but to catch it or eat it. He knocks it down, makes the play over to first. So that's the first time that Cooper Moreau has been retired tonight. He's 3 for 4. Bird will head down to second, and that'll bring Landon Franklin to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the night. And that first pitch is up high, 1-0 to Frank. 8-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Tide leads it. 11 hits, 2 errors committed by the Tide. 5 hits, 2 runs, no errors by West Harrison. That one's going to be down low 2-1 to Frank. Franklin is due. He's hit the ball in several key opportunities, but has yet to have a hit this week. That one's going to be up high 3-0. So he's due. He'll stand in here 3-0, probably has a take sign. Bird still down at second, 1 out. Gazier comes set. That one's going to be down low for a ball. So 4 straight pitches. Frank will get a walk. That'll bring up Brunson Stockstill for the Tide. Junior right fielder will step in. He's 1 for 1 on the night. Landon Wallace, the catcher, is going to walk out and talk to his young pitcher, Gazier. Just try to settle him down just a bit. He's probably still, quite honestly, rattled from that ball that Cooper hit back at him. 2 on, 1 out. Stockstill steps in here, junior right fielder. Here's a pitch from Gazier. It's going to be outside for a ball, 1-0. It's getting to be quite chilly here tonight. Looking out the Super Doppler window, it says it's about mid-50s. Feels a little cooler than that. Beautiful day, beautiful night for baseball. Throw over to first, and they had Franklin leaning, but throw wasn't there. Throw was kind of up the bag as Franklin was leaning the wrong way. I think if Mann was able to put the tag on him, then he might have been called out. Actually, no. Hang on. Are they calling? So they call Franklin out. I didn't think he even tagged him. The throw beat him, no doubt about it. But now they call Franklin out. I'm not sure exactly how that happens, but throw over to first. The throw definitely beat, but I didn't see Mann ever tagging. And so not much of an argument from Coach Evan, especially in an 8-2 ball game. And now we got 2 outs, runners at second, 1-0 count to Brunson. Interesting play down there at first. Here's the pitch from Gazier. Brunson swings and miss on a fastball. So the throw definitely beat Frank back to the bag, but the throw was kind of awkward, and Mann did not appear to even tag him. And you have to tag him. It's not a force out. You can't step on the bag. So nevertheless, the umpire calls him out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike to Brunson. 1-2 now. So instead of 1 out, 2 on, we got 2 outs, 1 on, and a 1-2 count to Brunson. Tanner Pugh stands in the on-deck circle for the Tide. Here's the pitch. Swing and fouled off. The count will remain 1-2. Gazier comes set here in the 6th. 2 outs, 1-2. Breaking pitch is going to stay up high. Ball is going to kick away from Wallace. And Bird's going to get to third base. So he'll take a pass ball, stolen base. Down to third. Count goes to 2-2. Brunson turned into a breaking pitch. Broke pretty well, just didn't break quite enough to get the inside corner. So here's the 2-2. Brunson's going to foul that one off. 2-2. The count will remain. Gazier, just a sophomore. I inadvertently said Jordan Stapleton was a 7th grader, but it's actually the leadoff hitter, Reese Parker, who's a left fielder, is a 7th grader starting for this West Harrison team. That pitch is going to stay up high, 3-2. So now we got full, 2 outs. Bird still standing at third. So if you get a pass ball or a hit here from Stockstill, that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Stockstill goes down. That'll end the inning. Tide once again gets a little bit of traffic, but they're unable to do anything with it. We had to the top of the 7th. Last chance for the Hurricanes. Tides leads this one 8-2.
First Place Express Car Wash in Picayune on Highway 11 North just past Coast Electric and on Highway 43 South just a quarter-mile east of I-59 at Exit 4 now has new hours, 7:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. and from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. on Sundays at the Highway 43 location. Get an early bird special Monday through Thursday and choose from a variety of wash packages. Get a monthly wash club starting as low as $20.99. Ask about their gift cards. Why do it yourself when you can let First Place Express Car Wash do it for you? If it doesn't shine, it ain't mine.
Looking for a gym to help you become a healthier you? The Gym at Picayune is the place to be with its large open facility, modern equipment, and knowledgeable staff led by owner and operator Edgar Woods. The Gym at Picayune offers a variety of workouts and classes to meet your specific needs with 24/7 access. The gym accepts silver sneakers, which is available at no cost for adults 65 plus through select Medicare plans. More space, more equipment, more growth. The Gym at Picayune.
We head to the top of the 7th. Tide leads this one 8-2. The first pitch of every inning is brought to you by your hometown bank. FMB Picayune. Checking, savings, loans, mortgages. If you need it, they've got it. FMB Picayune, your hometown bank. Braxton Carter is going to be the new pitcher for the Tide. I'll give you the line on Mr. Busby. He went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. Both of those were earned, struck out 7 and walked 4, 102 pitches. 64 of those were strikes. So a pretty good game by Mr. Busby. Had a little bit of traffic there in the 4th. Gave up 2 runs, but other than that, pretty good performance by the Tide right-hander. Here's the first pitch from Carter to Desi Curley. It's going to be up high for a ball, 1-0. That one's going to be in there. Nope, inside, 2-0. Carter's a senior, right-hander for the Tide. Comes in relief here. That one's going to be popped up to Kraft. May stay in the ballpark. Kraft's going to move over and make the play he does. So Morgan Kraft moves over to his left in foul territory, and he will retire the first out of the inning. Landon Wallace, the catcher now, will step in. Wallace is 1 for 3 on the night. So West Harrison is down to their final 2 outs. Carter's coming in not a safe situation, but still looking to close this one out for Busby. He pitched 6 innings of pretty good baseball for the Tide. That one's going to be outside to Wallace for 1-0. Cooper Moreau pitched Monday. We'll see who starts for the Tide on Thursday. I'm sure King will get some time. That one's going to be outside for a ball, 2-0. Got several guys who can throw. That one's going to be down low for a ball, 3-0. For the Tide. No free passes, especially when you're up by 6 in the last inning, and that's exactly what we're going to do. That one's going to be down low for a ball. So Wallace will head down to first, and that'll bring up the starting pitcher, Hunter Ross, who's now in right field, I believe. He moved over, swapped with Tyler Gazier, who was pitching last inning. So Hunter Ross will step in with a runner at first, 1 out. His team is trailing 8-2 here in the top of the 7th. Here's a pitch by Carter. That's going to be hit hard and going to get past the shortstop King, who dives to his right, but is unable to do anything with it. That'll be a single off the bat of Ross. So now West Harrison's got a little something cooking here. They just need base runners. You can't win this with 1 swing down by 6, but the intent is just to keep chipping away in it. So they've done so far. Got runners at first and second now. Maddox Jackson, the second baseman, steps in. He's going to take the first pitch ball, and it's going to get by Landon. And so both runners will move up to second and third. Those runs don't necessarily mean anything, but you don't want to allow them to start chipping away at a 6-run lead here when you got them down 8-2. Jackson will step back in, left-handed hitting second baseman. Carter's just looking to get a ground ball. He'll trade a run for an out with a 6-run lead. That one stays up high, 2-0. Now to Jackson from Braxton Carter. Swing and a miss on that pitch by Jackson, so they'll run the count to 2-1. What ended up being a cool night here at the Kirk. Lady Tide softball team does get the win 4-3. That's going to be lifted out into shallow center. That may be trouble. Parker's going to come over and make a heck of a play from left field as he actually runs almost over the left fielder, Turner Pugh. Parker Helton goes all the way to the left field position and takes the ball away from Turner Pugh. I don't think Turner had a good view of the baseball, and Parker Helton had a long way to run. I don't know. I was looking at the play and not looking at my camera, so hopefully I got all of that on film. If you're watching it, I don't know if I got all the way over there, but Helton had a long way to run, and he records a second out of the inning. So now we got runners still at second and third, 2 outs. And now the pitcher, Tyler Gazier, is going to step in here as he is down to the last out for his team. And that first pitch is going to be in there for a strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 from Carter, and that's going to be inside for a no. That's going to break over the plate. Gazier doesn't like it, but that was a good breaking pitch by Carter. West Harrison's down to their final strike here, 0-2, 2 outs, 2 on. They're trailing 8-2. Swing and a miss, and that's going to do it. The Tide is going to win this one 8-2 as Braxton Carter comes in and shuts them down, gets a little bit of traffic, but he's able to pitch out of it. I'm going to take just a minute, get a word from our sponsors. Give me a second to get my recap together. Come back, I'll give you a recap, and I'll give you a look ahead to Saturday's game as the Tide closes out this series against West Harrison Saturday afternoon back in Long Beach. You're listening to Maroon Tide Baseball on WRJW.
Hey friends, camping's a spring thing, and spring is here. Check out this new 2024 Wildwood FSX 174BH. This travel trailer has a front queen bed, rear bunks, and only weighs 2,899 pounds. MSRP is $24,398, reduced to only $13,988. A brand new 2024 bunkhouse trailer for only $13,988. Paw Paws Campers is not that far from where you are. Come and see us.
That's a good RV, Paw Paw.
Highland Community Hospital continues to do what is best for patients in our new Wound Healing Center. Now open and staffed by a specialized team of doctors, nurses, and techs, we treat diabetic patients and others with serious wounds that have resisted traditional treatment and need special care. Located on the first floor in our outpatient department, our medical professionals will tailor a treatment plan to meet your specific needs, working to treat the whole person and not just the wound. For more information, visit www.highlandch.org.
Tommy Upton back at the Kirk to wrap this one up for you as Tide does stays perfect in district play as they defeat West Harrison tonight by a score of 8-2. The Sonic player of the game is going to go to Cooper Moreau as he goes 3 for 4. He has 3 doubles, drives in a run, and scores 2 runs. It's got to give honorable mention to Tanner Busby. He pitches 6 innings, gives up 5 hits. 2 of those were 2 runs, and 2 of those were earned. 4 bases on balls and 7 strikes out. He throws 102 pitches. Braxton Carter comes in and pitches 1 inning, gives up no runs, 1 hit, and 1 strikeout. So Picayune will win the series, hoping for the sweep on Saturday afternoon back at West Harrison Field. As they start the season, the district season off 5-0, looking to make it 6-0 on Saturday afternoon. So the Paul's Pastry Shop, Mardi Gras Cafe trivia question was, who is the only player in MLB history to have a walk-off inside the park grand slam home run? And that was Roberto Clemente did that. That one answered correctly by Chris Upton. There was about 3 of you guys came in there all within a few seconds. But old Pappy was the leader. Probably would sound rigged, but it's not. He was the winner as he squeaked it in there just underneath. I think Corey Dorn was right behind him by a few seconds. So we appreciate you guys listening. Beautiful night for baseball. God bless you guys. Thank you for listening to WRJW. We'll hand it back to the radio station.